Okay, let's continue from where we stopped the other time. Let's open our VS Code. VS Code. When you open your VS Code, the next thing is to, considering what we did the other time, let's continue. Let's go live. Using our, let's go live. Live. So as you can see, there's nothing showing up here because everything is still on this head part of the HTML document. Like I told you, anything that happens between the opening and the closing head tag is not visible for the user. So the only thing, if you want the user to see anything, just put it on the body section. For instance, let's use the H1. Welcome to my world. Okay, let me use world as we used to. So you save, you go over to your browser, you refresh, you see welcome to my world, right? That's basically it. So what I'm saying in the essence is that anything you want people to see should exist between the body tag. Of course, you can see the steps we've taken. We first of all told the browser to use HTML5, which is the current version of HTML we use now. And the second thing we did was to open and close our body tag, where I told you that this is where you actually just explain this HTML page to your browser. The browser is basically the engine or the software that interprets your HTML code. Right? So just remember another thing, everything should be in between this opening and closing HTML tag, which is what we call the parent tag, right? So the second thing is the head part, and the third thing is the body part. Like I said, the head part is where you do your configuration, your body part is where you now specify what the things you would want the users to see. That is the browser. All right, that's basically it. So let me now explain what I mean by tags and elements. The tag is this guy. The tag is the greater than and less than sign plus the elements included. That's the tag, right? This is the tag, this is a tag, this is a tag, this is a tag, this is a tag. These are all tags. So these ones are also tags. So that brings us to talk about types of tags. We have basically two types of tags. One of the tags is the opening tags, that's the empty tag, or you can call them self-closing tags because they don't have the corresponding closing tag. Of course, you can see that there's nothing closing it off from this end, right? So we have a good number of them, right? So have a good number of them. Tags that don't have corresponding closing tags are called empty tags or open tags. Another type of tag we have is called a container tag, the tag that have corresponding closing tag, and it also have a content between the opening and the closing tag. Of course, you can see it here. Of course, you can see it here, right? So we have a good number of tags that are not that are self-closing tags, like your image tag. Your image tag is a self-closing tag. Please always remember to close off these self-closing tags here so that to accommodate other engines that will be interpreting this page, right? So that's basically what to do here. And this one is also very, very important. Some persons normally omit it or don't put things there, but I think I think it's very, very expedient or important to always make this give a value here. Then here is where you now get the URL, the source. This SRC means source. Here is where you now put an image. This is basically how to put an image in a HTML tag within your HTML page, sorry, right? So this is it for the types of tags. Like I said we have only two types of tag, the container tag and the empty tag, which you can also call self-closing tag, right? So that is basically it for the anatomy of HTML, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying that here we've just explored what a typical HTML page looks like, right, Abi? Right? We've just explained how a typical HTML tag looks like. So now what we now need to do is to also add other similar HTML tags, right? So let's explore the head tag. Of course, we say we have given this heading. This heading, we have it up to 6. We have the H2. This is a H2 tag. We have a let's just explore it. We have H3. Let me just this is H3 tag. We have other ones. This H2 tag. We have H4 is up to 6, and the bigger the number, the smaller the font. So that is this is it. Let's just finish it. So that's basically it. So I will be explaining how to spot the one you want on the long run. So let's check what we've done. You see what we've done from the H1, H2, H3, 4, 5, and 6. Of course, if we can now attest to the fact that the highest number is the one that is with the least font size, right? So now look at this image I just added. There you can see that there's no image there. Maybe in our next class, we will now carefully look at how to add images and background images on a web page, right? Hope I'm understood. Or if there is any concern, just hit me up on the comment section. I have just enabled it, right? So another thing, since we are writing HTML5, which is the modern HTML, so let's just explore some of the semantic elements, because HTML5 basically deals with semantic elements. Semantic is a word that describes meaning. Semantic elements add more meaning to your web page, like it helps your web page to rank faster, right, in on Google rankings. That's talking about SEOs. So let's explore some of the HTML5 semantic elements, like the header, like the nav, right? This one is basically used to specify that, hey, this is the header part of my page. This one is basically used to group anchor elements. We'll talk about anchor elements in a nutshell, right? This is it. So to do that, let's talk about the anchor element. The anchor element is specified by this A. You see, now this A is a tag, and this is an attribute, and this is where you specify the value. So this now will now make me to dive into a topic called HTML elements and their attributes. So to do that, we only have two types of elements. We have the inline level element and we have the block level element. The block level elements are those elements that take up the entire width of your HTML page, while the inline level elements are those ones that will not take up the entire width of your page, that will also give room for other elements to exist side by side. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let me write inline styling, right? Is finished tab here. So, right, so you see style, the style, okay, that's something. So let's continue. Style, border, 1 pixel solid red. Let me give it red color, a very white color that I don't really like. So let's see how it goes. So you can see this is taking up the entire width of this page, right? Let me show you. This is which is to say this is a block level element. A block level element. This is a comment. These comments are not read by the browser, so you won't see it. Let me show you. You won't see it. You see, you can't see the comments because it's actually a comment. It's not being read by the browser, right? So look at another example of an inline level element. Inline level elements are those elements that don't take up the entire width. They also allow other elements to exist side by side, by the side of them, by their side. This is it, you see. So which is to say, I can copy this guy and paste alongside of it. By it adjacent to it, it will still live, it will still be there. It will not go to a new line, right? You see. But if I do the same with this H1, if I do the same with this H1, it will not, it will create another line, right? That is basically it. That's the two types of, we just talked about the types of elements we have and the types of tags we have. I said we have two types of elements and we have two types of tags. Please do go through this video as many times as you can to really understand what we are talking about. In our next video, we'll look at how to work with HTML images to make our sites come out good and clean. Thank you very much. Till we meet next time. Thank you.